Listen, very, very simple concept, but you should really watch this thing full through. What keeps you bound to physical reality is your worldly thinking and your worldly feeling. Your thought process is too attached to physical reality. Your feeling process is too attached to physical reality. How can you know this? If you fall into the 7 deadly sins or the 4 detriments, you have some worldly thinking and feeling. I'm gonna make a video about the new 7 deadly sins, and I'm gonna remake the 4 detriments video. But that's one way to check. Also, the second way, which is the easiest way, well, it may not always be the easiest. I thought this, they're both kind of easy to check. But listen, if your thought process involves you as a personality, it's a worldly thinking process. If you like this and don't like that, that's some worldly ass thinking. If you put yourself in association with other objects, that's a worldly thought process. Like, I'm this person and I'm using this thing. That's a worldly thought process. Even like at nighttime, right? You disassociate from your personality a little bit. But even if you have dreams, which is why I made the video, which is why I made the video called "Your Dreams Aren't Real," because most people in your dreams, you're just experiencing an exaggerated memory. That's it. If you have a fear inside physical reality, you have a dream of a fucking monster chasing you based upon your memory. If you have a fear, if you have a certain goal, then you achieve that inside your dream. Worldly thinking, you feel me? So it's like, even having goals is a worldly thought process, literally. And you may be like, what the fuck? Is it not good to have goals? I'm not saying that. When you hit a certain awareness, you kind of know what it's like. It's like your goal doesn't become a goal. It's just something that you're just going to do, you know? And if you fuck up, you fuck up. But it doesn't mean you don't do it full force. You still do that shit full force. And typically, your goals will actually change, because a lot of your goals are just based upon your own worldly thinking and feeling, and have nothing to actually do with a real reality. Like, for example, most people desire shit. Like, there's some basic shit. Most people desire shit like sex and stuff like that. And they have a goal to have that type of situationship with somebody. And it's like, that goal completely changes when you become super aware, because that shit no longer matters unless you're trying to have a baby, you know? Because that's all sex is for, to make babies. Literally. But you could use it to desensitize your senses also, or to do other shit. But like, none of y'all are doing it for that. Most people are not doing it for that. You feel me? And even if they try to, they do it the wrong way anyway. But, and I'm not saying that sex is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. If you want to have a lot of sex, go ahead and do that shit. Just know what you're doing, please. Please know what you're doing when you have sex, because there's a lot of shit that goes on with sex when you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You feel me? And also with shit like getting money and stuff like that, you feel me? Like, I'm not saying that you won't want to get money anymore, but it may be for completely different reasons. And you may not even want as much, or you may fuck around and actually want more, because you have more shit that you want to do. You feel me? That actually deals with some type of real reality. But my point is, most of this shit that we think and we feel is just too attached to physical reality and has nothing to do with the real reality. That being the reality that transcends this. Because when you have a personality, you're stuck. When shit becomes personal to you, that's some worldly, physical shit. That's a physical thought and physical feeling. When shit becomes personal, no. So please, realize that if you really want to detach from physical reality, and by the way, learning about the Egyptian gods could even attach you to physical reality, because if you see yourself as, I'm this person practicing using the Egyptian gods, that's some worldly shit. And guess what? The god Geb is gonna hold your ass down like, pussy, you can't leave this bitch, because you just have too much of a physical thought process. You feel me? Like, most people are gonna use the gods and goddesses in a distorted way. That means that they're gonna harness a part of themselves that's distorted. Then they're gonna do what? Act distorted. Then they're gonna create a whole distorted life for themselves. And now their whole entire life is fucked up and distorted, and they don't even know why. It's because you were doing the shit right to begin with, and you had too much of a worldly thinking and feeling process. Now, luckily, the gods and goddesses help you overcome that shit, but you could also get attached to the physical reality by using them shits. So be careful. But what else? I mentioned dreams, how your dreams are exaggerated memories, which they always are, because you can't dream. If you have a dream that's not associated with your memory, then it's likely a vision, especially if you're very aware. But dreams imply being unconscious, and usually being unconscious, and you're usually inside of a memory that's exaggerated, that's showing you something about this reality. You feel me? So even then, your thought process is still attached to the physical reality because your dream is showing you something about physical reality and not something about something higher than that. You feel me? Let me make sure I hit every single point. Mention the 4 detriments, 7 deadly sins. Yeah, you gotta check them shits inside yourself. What else? Really thinking being attached to your personality. Yeah. Just go beyond your personality. Whatever you like and don't like, fuck that shit. Either like everything or don't like anything. When it comes to friends and enemies, either make everybody your friend or everybody your enemy. When it comes to shit inside the world, either make every single thing yours or make nothing yours. You can't be in between with either of these, because that implies you have a personality that likes certain things, that likes certain people, and that wants to have certain things, but not the other shit. And the reason why that's bad is because all the other shit is you. But if you don't see it as you, then you're too attached to the personality that has been created inside the physical reality. So when niggas say see everything as one, niggas mean that shit. See, but you need to know what the fuck that actually means. You feel me? Because oneness is actually, it's a simple concept that's easily misunderstood. Maybe I'll talk about that, but I don't think I really need to. I feel like with enough meditating and understanding, you could kind of understand what it means to be one with something. It means that all of this shit is made of the same exact stuff. Yeah, it's at different rates of vibration and at different levels, but at the end of the day, at the root and at the source of everything, it's all exactly the same shit. And if we're talking about getting to the source, then it's all the same shit, which means you have to detach from thinking that anything's different from yourself and all this other shit. That's when you meet some weird motherfuckers, no cap. And I mean, like, in real life and in not real life, you meet some weird shit. There's some weird fuckers out there, you feel me? And by weird is not a bad thing. Weird is a very good thing, because if something is too basic and quote-unquote normal, that means that it fits your standard way of thinking and feeling. If it fits that shit, then you know you're not stepping outside your range of, basically, you're not expanding your bubble of what you think and what you feel and what you believe, which means that likely you actually have a worldly thinking and feeling process, because if your shit is very constricted, then it can only be based upon limited things, limiting you to probably just physical reality and nothing else beyond that shit. But I think I've done enough talking for now. I think I should end it. I'm gonna end it. Peace.